Suhail would become a Muslim. On the day the Prophet ﷺ passed away, while Makkah was filled with grief and confusion, it was Suhail who gave a calming speech to the people. Everyone felt as if the world had ended, but his words brought peace to their hearts. That day, Umar finally understood what the Prophet had meant when he said, "He will reach a position that will please you." The Muslims were no longer weak or few in number. While Medina was celebrating a great victory, Makkah was in mourning. Makkah had lost its most important men in the Battle of Badr. Abu Lahab, who was already sick and old, couldn't handle the news. His anger and sorrow overwhelmed him, and he died within a week. Because his disease might have been contagious, even his own sons stayed away from his body. When the smell of his corpse became unbearable, he was dragged away and buried in secret. Another fierce enemy of Islam was now gone. Everything was moving in favor of the Muslims. In the next part of this story, we will see a new joy inside the Prophet's home. His daughter Fatima will get married. We will focus more on the family life and character of the Prophet, how he treated his wives, how he behaved with children, and more. But at the same time, new problems will begin. The Jewish tribes in Medina will start creating unrest and tension. How far will these events go, and how will the Prophet respond? We'll see it all step by step. The Muslims had returned from Badr after losing 14 martyrs. They had won a great victory against Quraysh. The army was filled with joy, but the joy didn't last long. While the Prophet had been away, his beloved daughter Ruqayya had passed away. She was already very sick when he left. Before he could return, she was buried. When he arrived in Medina, he heard the heartbreaking news, and he was deeply shaken. He hadn't even been able to be there during her final moments. The Prophet once said, "Those who are tested the most are the prophets. Then come those who are closest to them in rank." This wasn't the first child he had lost. Before this, he had buried his sons Qasim and Abdullah. He also had a daughter, Zainab. Zainab had married before Islam to Abul As, who had not accepted Islam at that time. On the day of Badr, Abul As was captured as a prisoner. The Prophet agreed to release him, on the condition that he send Zainab back to Medina. At that time, Zainab was pregnant. As she was preparing to leave Makkah, the disbelievers, still filled with hatred after Badr, tried to hurt her.